Hello, good morning. This is the another video of English speaking practice because I am making these kinds of videos for you know getting fluency or getting better day by day. If you are just worrying about your fluency, you can understand English, but when it's time to speak, you feel stuck. Watch my videos because I have uploaded. This is my 162nd day of English speaking practice straightly without skip any day. You can check my consistency on YouTube because I have uploaded all of those videos, and you can subscribe this channel so that you can get to know how much I practice and how actual I practice to gain fluency and get better day by day in English, and how I communicate with people as well, because nowadays I am just recording myself when I communicate with real people, because I am talking to my camera. There is no one in my room. I just woke up. Since morning, I am telling my mind indirectly just think in English. Without English, I can't survive, because mind is really, really powerful. If you are just saying to your mind anything, your mind works accordingly. If you say to your mind negative, things, it works in a negative direction. If you are just saying your mind in a positive way, it will definitely going to work in a positive way. So say to your mind always positive things towards your goal. Okay, this is why I am just making this video for myself and for you guys as well, because most of the people think like, okay, I understand English, but when it's time to speak, I don't even deliver two or three sentences straightly, and I make lots of mistakes. Just watch my all of those videos, and I would say watch my first video, and you can get to know, because I am the Hindi background. I am from the Hindi background, and if you are just thinking like, okay, how I gained this much fluency, this is not a one night scene. I have practiced more than 5 months. Okay, I am investing time daily in English. So it is all about till now, and just subscribe this channel so that you could be the part of this channel, and when I upload video you will get the notification as well, so that you can watch that video and speak or prepare yourself accordingly for English speaking. Okay, because most people only think and mind, because thinking is most important. And after getting fresh, I will definitely going to give you a secret trick of learning English fast, because learning English is not a kind of thing which you are not getting. This is a kind of science. You have to work properly, in a proper direction, in a proper guidance as well, because no one gonna tell you how you can be fluent, because everyone is struggling in speaking only, because most people able to write, most people able to listen, and reading is super easy if you read in English. But when it's time to speak, it is more difficult for everyone except me, because I don't think it is difficult, because I have gained this much fluency and I am talking to you now, and this is definitely not a difficult language, but somehow it is, because we don't know how to practice of English speaking and how much time it requires to devote in practice. Okay, so through all my videos you can get to know how I practice, and definitely in this video I will definitely going to give you a secret tips of mine which I follows always. So bye, catch you later. I'm just going to getting fresh, and then after having breakfast I will going to Saket Court, because by profession I am a lawyer. This is why English is most important for me, because I don't want to limit myself in district courts only. I want to Be an advocate. Who are you in English at the Supreme Court or High Court as well? Because it is most important if you want to excel in this profession, in this legal profession. I'm talking about legal profession because I'm a lawyer. This is why I'm saying you need to know how to argue in English. This is why I am working on myself because there is no one. I live all alone in Delhi. My family lives in UP, and I am living in Delhi all alone for building my career, for building myself. And this is itself a motivation for me. There is no external motivation needed to make these kinds of video. If you are just thinking like what is the one thing that motivates you? There is nothing. Just think about your family and yourself. If you want to see yourself successful in future, and if you are not doing anything right now, how you can be successful? Because you are doing the same thing. If your action is not going to change, then how your career going to change? Think accordingly and wisely. If you are just thinking I am stuck or something, just do whatever you do, but take actions always. So bye, catch you later. I'll get back to you soon because I'm just going to getting ready. It's 8:13 a.m. right now. So guys, I am ready to go to the court, and my court is in my chamber. So now I am in my uniform, and now I am about to go to the court. And it is sort of to make video again and again and again. There are so many clips I record in a day. This is why I feel so boring sometimes because I do the same thing all day long, and all of days. Yes, sometimes I'm a human. I'm not a robot or something, so that I can adapt the language exactly. Sometimes I make mistakes, but I don't edit my these mistakes so that you can get to know. Yes, these kinds of mistakes we face sometimes, and this is normal things. This is not a kind of things about which you feel ashamed. You don't need to feel ashamed of yourself. You are making mistake, but not bust, but if you are consistent on your journey, this would be the most important thing for you to get fluency and getting better day by day. So it's all about it. Now I'm just going to heading to the Saket Court, and then I will catch you. Then I will catch you at the Saket Court. I guess so. So it's 11 p.m. right now, and I am just making this video so that I can complete the task of the day because I made a clip in the morning, and when I was just thinking, I will make the video when I would be in Saket Court, but somehow I forgot to make video when I was in Saket Court. And if I talk about what I did today at the Saket Court, there was no matter listed for the day. I was trying to, I was not, doing anything. I was with my friend and was not doing anything. I was, you know, chilling with my friend, but somehow he got angry upon me. I don't know why, but yes. So I went with him to, you know, drop him. And then I again back to the Saket court, and then I went to the chamber. And when I reached there, my senior was there, and two other, clients were there. And yes, this is all about I see, saw, not actually see, I saw when I reached at the chamber. And we were discussing, we all the members of that chamber, but discussing about the AC because it's very hot today. Not even today because it's a summer season. This is why every day we feel like it's very hot in our chamber because there is no AC in my chamber till now, and there is a fan who blow the air, hot air. This is why we were discussing for install a AC into the chamber, and we were discussing about the payments who will going to pay, and then we decide we all going to split the amount, and but we didn't even decide to buy or not, but somehow we will buy because without install the AC into the chamber we can't sit into the chamber because it's really hot from today in the month of June. How we can be even imagine to sit in the chamber? Because I can manage, or should I say we can manage, because we are the lawyers and we can manage to sit in the chamber nowadays. Okay, but when it's time to there is a client who is coming to you and to meet to you and to take advice, and he is coming to you to your chamber, and into your chamber there is no AC, then how would he feel about you? He will definitely going to feel you. If you are just not able to install the AC into your chamber, how he would think in his mind about the status, economic status of the advocate. This is why it is important to install the AC, because without AC I can't even I am not sitting in my chamber nowadays because there is so much hot into the chamber. So instead of sitting in the chamber, I used to sit in the common room so that I can work in the common room, because there are so many common rooms in the circuit court. So you can sit in the common room and you can work there, and you can meet the clients as well into the common room. And there are so many advocates who used to sleep in the common room as well. Nowadays I see there are so many advocates at the lunchtime. When I went there to have lunch, I see the advocates, they are sleeping in the common room on the couch. So it is a kind of usual thing, because most people and most advocates after having lunch, I also feel sometimes sleepy after having lunch. This is a kind of not a big thing, but it should not be there, or it should not be happen in the common room, because that is the professional space. This is not your bedroom or something, so you should not sleep there. And then I went to the gym. In a gym there is one thing happened in the gym. When I reached at the gym, I start doing exercise. When I was doing exercise, I was capturing myself so that I can put that video on Instagram as a reel. So I was capturing myself. My body was pump up at that point of time. This is why I was just filming at the same time. And there is a guy who came to me and was saying, wow, your body is nice, and you look so amazing or something. There's he gave me so much compliments. And then I just make the video. After making the video, I again start doing exercise, because in between the sets I was capturing myself. And then I went to the doing exercise. And when I was just leaving from the gym after changing my dress, because when I enter into the gym for doing exercise, I take off my uniform, and I put on the t-shirts and lowers for gym. And when I you know exit from the gym, I take off the gym clothes and put on the same uniform. So after put on the uniform, I was leaving from the gym, and then an advocate noticed me and said to another advocate that you were looking good in that gym clothes, but now you are not looking so good in this uniform. That was compliment or not, I don't even realize at that point of time. I didn't even realize at that point of time, but I laughed and I replied to him, this is why I am making exercise, so that I can look good in this uniform as well, because in the gym clothes everyone can be look good, but I am doing exercise daily because of looking good in this uniform. In this uniform means advocate uniform, because by profession I'm a lawyer. I always share in my each and every video, because this is also I am learning English, because this there is no reason why I am just learning English only for this profession, because without it I can't sustain in this profession, because I practice in Delhi. In Delhi you need to know how you can argue in the court in English. If you are just arguing in Hindi, no one is going to tell you you should argue in English. But if you are arguing in English, somehow you are making impact in the eye of judge, or before the opposite counsel as well, and before your clients as well, because your client feel proud, because you would say into your mind, oh, my senior is, or my advocate and my counsel is arguing in English, and he is defending me in English. This is the mentality of the local peoples, because who you know commit crimes, always those people who don't so much execute it. I'm not talking about the white collar crime. There are so many kinds of crimes are there. So because I'm a lawyer, this is why I deal with each and every kind of crime and white collar crimes as well. In white collar crimes, I deal in another way. So after having this kind of awkward moment from the gym, I exit from the gym, and then I came to my room. And when I came to my room, I was just thinking about to make video for my main channel, and I am le- just see how much procrastinator I am, because I have shot a podcast for my main channel 15 days ago, I guess, but till now I didn't even edit that podcast. And the guest, because I was the host, and the guest always ask me when you are going to upload that podcast. And I always pretend like, okay, I will make it public today, tomorrow. I always make excuses before him, but this I should not do this, because if I am not serious about my work, about my duty, then no one is going to, take me serious. This is why I have to work on it. I am so, consistent kind of person for myself that feels this is comfortable, because I make video for myself because I feel this is comfortable, because but if I started making video look like a professional, I am just setting a lights and setting my camera angles, and I am just worrying about my backgrounds and lighting and each and everything, my sounds as well, sound quality as well. I would not going to consistent on this journey, because I don't care about my even background, my audio quality. I only care about speaking, because I am making this video for myself. If you are watching this video, This is from my video. You can learn how I practice daily in English, because if you want to speak in English, you have to speak. There is no another way. And let's assume there is a tank in which there is no water. Then, if you are just trying to turn on the tap, no water is going to run. If you want to get water, you have to fill that tank first, and tank is your head. If you are not listening English, you can't speak properly, because what you speak actually, you speak what is in your mind, but that is not in your mind. How you can expect to yourself you can speak? Okay, this is the reality, and this is not a kind of motivation. This is the reality. And most people used to say that I can understand English but I don't speak. When it's time to speak, I get stuck. This is the actual problem, and this is the general problem. This is not a kind of issue, and this is not a kind of problem which you are only facing. This problem everyone face, because of because I am from the Hindi medium background. I can understand each and everything in Hindi. Okay, there is someone, if there is a leader, political leader, who is giving a speech on a stage in Hindi, I can understand what he is saying in Hindi. But when it's time to speak the same speech by myself, can I speak in the same way? I can't, because I didn't fill those words into my mind, and those word into my, there is no word into my mind. Then how can I expect for myself I can speak? But I am understanding. Listening is very simple, not very simple, but English is simple, but speaking is more difficult, because if your tank is not full, it is not, and this is the tap, this is the tank, your tank is not full, the tap, even it is open or close, no water is coming. But it is, if your tank is full, definitely water going to running, if someone going to turn on the tap. So this is all about the kind of examples I wanted to share with you, because most people think like, how you are just preparing yourself, how you are so consistent on this journey, and how you learn on the daily basis, because I am consistent. And how you make video, and how you think in English, because I don't even think. I started making video thinking in Hindi as well earlier time, and I used to translate the Hindi words into English, and then I am framing the sentences into my mind. I don't do this right now. Okay, nowadays I only think in English. Even I am making mistakes, I speak, because no one is perfect on the earth. Everyone makes mistakes. So don't afraid to make mistake. Just start making mistake, and just make the correct, and how should I say, correct yourself while you are making mistake. If you are not correcting yourself to make mistakes, when you are making mistakes, you are not going to grow. If you want to grow in any sector, and if you allow yourself to make mistakes, because learning a language is a kind of thing. I learn a language like a kid used to speak. Sometimes he speak clearly, sometimes he stuck, and sometimes he mispronounced the words, and sometimes most people laugh at the kids, but he didn't stop. Okay, he don't stop speaking. and this is why I am making this video. I don't even going to stop. So bye, catch you tomorrow. I have completed the task of the day somehow, and I feel so grateful when I complete the task. So bye, catch you later. It's Saturday today, and there is Sunday tomorrow. So I would be at my room, and you can see the physique of the day. And this is, there is no filter or something in my video. So this is raw and real physique. I am you know working on my physique as well as my mind, because if I talk about my mind, I am just training my mind to think in English. Okay. And if I talk about my body, I am training my body to look fit. Okay, so it is all about till now. I am just going to read some pages of the book, and then I will going to sleep. I have just dinner. So bye, catch you tomorrow.